The book that I ended up ranking in first place was so unexpected, putting it in last place. I'm so sorry. But yeah, let's get to it. Let's rank the books I read in April. Hi everyone, I hope that you all have had an amazing reading month in April. I thought what I would do for this video is rank my books from least favourite to most favourite. I did that last month and had such a great time doing it that I thought, okay, I'm enjoying this type of video, why not film it again? Obviously, this is all my own opinion. Some books that you guys might see in my least favourite spot might be one of your favourite books, and that's amazing. I love that we all have different tastes and love different genres and enjoy different books. So this month, I ended up reading 11 books. That's the most I've ever read in a month ever. I think why this month was so different was because I ended up picking up more audiobooks. I think there were lots of holidays in April with it being Easter and that, so I had more time to read. I also think it was also because I read 2 novellas this month, so that definitely helped. Yeah, because it was unexpected. I generally read about 6 to 8 books a month, so reading 11 was a pretty great month for me. The book that I ended up ranking in first place was so unexpected. Yes, I generally read that genre, but the trope is not something I ever really read or generally have much interest in. But yeah, let's get to it. Let's rank the books I read in April. In last place, now, like I said, you guys might totally love this book, and that's amazing. I ended up ranking It Happened One Summer by Tessa Bailey. I gave it a 2-star. It's an adult contemporary romance, and it is a small town romance where our main female character moves from a big city to a small fishing town and ends up developing feelings for our main male character. Now, the book was well written and I had no issues with that. It was more that I didn't enjoy the insta love in the book. We only really got the emotional chemistry right towards the end of the book. And for me, generally, I enjoy it when characters emotionally connect first. Yeah, ended up putting it in last place. I'm so sorry if you do love the book. The book I ranked 10th was The Lost Sisters. This novella is part of the Cruel Prince series. And the reason why I ranked it 10th was not because it's a bad book, but it was really short. I think it was only 50 pages. And I felt like that could have been incorporated into The Cruel Prince because it gives another character's POV. I do kind of see why Holly Black did that because it might have given 1 or 2 things away in The Cruel Prince. I gave it a 3 stars, so that's not a bad rating. It was just really short, and it is kind of hard to give novellas high ratings. 9th place was How the King of Elfhame Learned to Hate Stories. And again, this is a novella, so I enjoyed it. And the artwork in this book, oh my goodness, the artwork was incredible. It gives us more of Carden's POV on how he felt during the Cruel Prince series. In 8th place, I ended up picking an audiobook up through my library called The Love Contract, and I have not heard of the book before. I didn't know what it really was about, and it was available through my library app, and I was just feeling like a contemporary romance, and it was about a mom, and because I've got a toddler, I thought it'd be interesting to read about a mom's perspective in a contemporary romance book. It's by an Australian author, Steph Vizard. I think it's her first novel she's released. I ended up giving it a 3-star. So basically our main female character is put into a position where she needs to find someone to look after her 6 or 7-month-old baby. And her neighbor, he needs to make partner for a firm, and his company has just released a policy where the men can go on parental leave for 3 months. She ends up convincing him to be in a fake dating situation so he can look after her daughter for 3 months while she gets childcare sorted. And I thought what was really nice about this book, it really showed what parenting was actually like and what it's like to be a mom to a baby. And I thought that was really well done. I thought the romance was a little bit rushed, so that's why I ended up giving it a 3-star. star, but not a bad book for an author who's just released their first book. I actually really enjoyed it. I think if she does release other books, I will definitely pick them up as well. In 7th place, okay, I know I just gave Tessa Bailey a 2-star for her previous book. However, I've heard really good things about Hook, Line and Sinker. So after I finished It Happened One Summer, the Hook, Line and Sinker book was available through my library app, and I thought that I would pick it up and see how I felt about it, because the main characters in Hook, Line and Sinker were introduced in the first book, It Happened One Summer. So I ended up picking it up and enjoyed it much more than I did It Happened One Summer. The FMC is the sister of the FMC in the first book. She ends up coming to this fishing town as well. It's a friends to lovers situation. I did enjoy it more because there was more of an emotional connection. So yeah, I enjoyed that. In 6th place, I feel like some people might be upset with this, but because I was really upset with this, but I ended up giving Rebel Witch, which is the second book in the Crimson Moth duology, a 3.5 star. I know I was really upset about it because the first book I ended up giving a 5 star because I really enjoyed it. It's about a witch and a witch hunter, and they are trying to figure out each other. An enemies to lovers story. I just did not enjoy it as much as I did the first book. So the last half I really enjoyed, but the first half was a bit slow for me. I felt like the main characters were just going around in circles. I mean, 3.5 stars, a really good book. I still had a great time. I'll definitely pick up whatever book this author releases next. In the month of April, I ended up reading the whole Cruel Prince series. End of March, I read the first book and then the rest of the books in April. So in 5th place, I ended up giving 5th place to The Wicked King. The Wicked King is the second book in the Cruel Prince trilogy, and I really enjoyed it. Like, I thought it was fast-paced. The one thing I had to remind myself, though, with these books was that it is definitely more fantasy than romance. That was a good thing to tell myself going into these books. I did end up filming a reading vlog on the Cruel Prince trilogy and novellas, so I'll probably edit that and release that next week. In 4th place was The Queen of Nothing, and I ended up giving that a 4.25 star. It was a really nice conclusion to the trilogy. I have, more detailed thoughts in the reading vlog that I'll be releasing next week. And then in 3rd place, guys, I dropped everything for this book, Fearless. I just couldn't help myself. Like, I just wanted to know what was going to happen and how it was going to conclude, and I also ended up giving that a 4.25 star. I enjoyed the conclusion of the book. I felt like it reminded me more of Powerless and the dynamics we got in Powerless. Out of the trilogy, I ended up enjoying Fearless the most. I think lots of people enjoy Powerless the most. And then in 2nd place, which was a little bit unexpected for me because I was actually really scared to pick this book up, but I ended up giving 2nd place to Bride. I think I went in with the right expectations with this book. So Hazel Wood normally writes STEM contemporary romances, or women in STEM, and she released a fantasy romance book. In the reviews, a lot of people were like, think of it as a romance book. Don't think of it as a fantasy romance book. And so that's what I did. And I had a great time. The female main character, her inner monologue or her inner thoughts were hilarious. I loved the way she thought about things, and what she said made me laugh and giggle and kick my feet. I had no idea that Ali Hazelwood is releasing a sequel to this book. So I think it's coming out at the end of the year, and I'm totally going to pick that up as well. Basically, this is a vampire werewolf enemies to lovers story and a marriage of convenience. And I had a great time. In 1st place, like I was saying earlier, this was really unexpected for me because even though obviously I love fantasy romance books, but I had not picked up a book with the reverse harem trope. So I didn't know what to expect. And I think I ended up giving this book 5 stars, not because of that trope. That trope, it's not a trope I really enjoy. but I really enjoyed the main female character, and again how she thought about things and what she said in her like inner monologue, and her internal thoughts were hilarious. Honestly, I was laughing so much while reading this book. It is a dark fantasy romance, so if you are picking up Blood of Hercules, I would definitely recommend looking at the trigger warnings. There are just one or two things that might trigger people. So yeah, I would just have a look at the trigger warnings for Blood of Hercules. But yeah, those were the 11 books I read in April. I hope you guys had a wonderful reading month in April and that May is just as good. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.